Do you know the average person talks to themselves at least 60,000 times a day? Now here's the shocking part. Most of that self-talk is negative. Imagine your brain as a Spotify playlist, but instead of chill lo-fi beats, it's blasting toxic tracks on repeat. That's what overthinking feels like. Today we're diving into Jon Acuff's book, Soundtracks, The Surprising Solution to Overthinking, a guide that teaches you how to remix your thoughts and finally take control of the noise in your head. Jon Acuff says overthinking isn't just thinking too much. It's when your thoughts get stuck in a loop, like a broken record. You want to start something new, a voice says, you'll fail. You try to chase a goal, another voice whispers, you're not ready. The brain becomes your worst DJ, playing the same old soundtracks of fear, doubt, and hesitation. But here's the twist. What if instead of fighting those soundtracks, you could simply replace them with better ones? You don't have to battle every thought. Sometimes you just swap the track. Here's the 3-step formula Jon Acuff uses. Retire, replace, repeat. The book introduces a 3-step formula. Retire, replace, repeat. 1. Retire. First, you retire the broken soundtracks. These are thoughts that don't serve you anymore. For example, I'll never lose weight, or I'm too late to start. 2. Replace. Next, you replace them with new positive soundtracks. Something like, I can learn, or starting small still counts. 3. Repeat. Finally, you repeat the new track until it becomes your brain's default setting. Just like a song stuck in your head, repetition rewires your mind. Retire, replace, repeat. 3 simple moves to change the soundtrack of your life. Let's look at how this works in real life. Acuff shares a funny story. He once realized he was listening to the same negative soundtrack every time he went to the gym. I don't belong here, everyone's fitter than me. Then he flipped it and started saying, every rep is making me stronger. The crazy part? That small switch made him want to show up. Think about it. Overthinking is like a car revving the engine in neutral. Lots of noise, zero movement. A better soundtrack shifts the gear and finally gets you moving. Small changes in phrasing can lead to big changes in behavior. So how do you create your own powerful soundtracks? Let's break down a few actionable hacks from the book. Ask this question. If I said this thought to a friend, would it inspire them or crush them? If it would crush them, retire it. Borrow soundtracks. Don't reinvent the wheel. Use quotes, affirmations, or even lyrics that fire you up. For example, Michael Jordan's line, I've failed over and over, that's why I succeed. Visual reminders. Write your new soundtrack somewhere you see daily, sticky notes, phone wallpaper, even a bathroom mirror. Action is amplifier. A soundtrack gets stronger only when paired with action. Thinking I'm creative means nothing until you actually create something. Overthinking loves inactivity. But once you act, the new soundtrack gets louder. Start tiny. Small wins amplify the new track and build momentum. Use cues, alarms, routines, or place-based reminders to trigger the new soundtrack. Tell someone your new soundtrack. Accountability speeds repetition and creates social reinforcement. Pair the phrase, the cue, and action. Repeat until it feels automatic. Make a daily micro-routine. 1 minute of reminder, 5 minutes of action. When you act, you prove the soundtrack wrong, and the new track grows louder. Retire the negative. Replace with the positive. Repeat it, then act. You don't need perfect faith, just repeated steps. Overthinking shrinks when your actions expand. At the end of the day, Soundtracks isn't about silencing your thoughts. It's about curating them, like building your own custom playlist for success. Because here's the truth. Your thoughts will either work for you or against you. The choice of soundtrack decides which side wins. So next time your brain starts DJing those negative remixes, remember John Acuff's advice. Retire, replace, repeat. Now tell me, what's the one broken soundtrack you've been replaying, and what will you replace it with? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to read your remixes. If you found this useful, smash that like button, share it with your overthinking buddy, and subscribe for more book breakdowns that turn ideas into action. Until next time, change the soundtrack, change your life.